Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Shem Shai Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all the brothers that are doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so, being that living sacrifice, doing this work to the confusion of face Akim that are joined unto our ranks, to the hopefully elect, the Akwaf that are listening and learning. To you I say Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites by blood, by race, according to the prophecies, according to the history, according to the scriptures, according to the relics. And this is another video that I'm going to do, and it's basically, I'm going to call this "Tis the Season." And it's the season for the downfall of Esau Edom, all right? And how he's losing grip on everything, including his woman. This is Lauren Southern. All right, I've done videos against some of her rants and raves, but it seems that Lauren Southern is really a fake. Seems that that Lauren Southern has a thing for melanated men, something she talks about. As you can see, all the different videos of the alt-right. There's Richard Spencer right there at the bottom. He's very upset that she's seen in these videos and these images, all hugged up with Jake and these heathens and some Africans. All right, and they're sending her all kind of threats and nasty, sexual emails and things of that nature. And believe me, this is Esau's. This is the apple of their eye. Even though those of them that are homosexual and don't really like women, but the whole blonde with the light colored eyes, like either blue or green eyes, that is the ideal Edomite woman for the alt-right type Edomite male. And they're really, really butthurt behind this. So let me read a scripture, and then I'm going to play a video. And the first scripture is Obadiah 1:10, and it says, "For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off." And Esau is in the midst of his destruction. He's about to be cut off. But before he's cut off, the shame has to come. And this is a shame unto him. This is a shame unto them. They're so hurt behind this. Okay? And I'm loving it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to enjoy doing this video because anytime we speak about those who troll us all the time or always speaking ill of black people and others, I got to enjoy it. So you have a alt-right woman by the name of Lauren Southern. Now she is the quintessential white woman that they love. Blonde hair, colored eyes, that's their thing. And this woman has been reporting on immigrants coming into Europe. She wants to keep Europe white. She don't want all these Muslims coming in and these blacks and etc. She's all over the place. She's on every platform for the alt-right, and they support this woman heavily. They donate a lot of money. Well, it has came out that this woman is not who she say she really is. They started off on 4chan and Reddit saying they're going to purge a lot of these women out of the alt-right. So basically, they are having their own gender war. So it's not just black folks fighting now, it's them. They're fighting, and they don't want these white women in the alt-right. They want them to stay at home, have their babies, and be silent. So the pictures that actually came out, and we have posted this tweet on Twitter. Now, as you can see, the particular tweet here, Lauren Southern is taking pictures with a black guy. Oh boy. Now, just the optics of that, they don't know if she just know this dude. They don't know if they were dating, nothing. Just the fact that she's around a dark, melanated brother. Oh boy. That's all they needed to see. Having that brother around her just crush all their little wet dreams, and I just think it's funny. Then you have a young man that is Middle Eastern. Now, she's the main one talking about Islam and stopping Islam to come into Europe, but yet she's all hugged up and with a Middle Eastern man. Now, some people may say, well, she changed her mind, but in the system of white supremacy, white women cannot do this. Let me put a tweet up, and I thought this one was funny. As you could,
Yeah, that's not. What you witness is that that nation divided against itself cannot stand. And see, Esau's the one that elevated these women to this position of power, to where they have a voice and a platform, and it is backfiring on them in the worst way. Because not only they're not agreeing with the Edomite males' way of life, these Edomite women want their independence, all right, and they want to be able to sleep with anybody who they want to. Okay, remember that whole feminist movement? That was the Edomite woman's plight. She's the one that had to stand by while her husband over and over had sex with all his slaves and had all these little light-skinned terrors running around. Running around the plantation. A lot of them was still dark. You know, you have terrors that was just as dark as the brother on the screen. All right, but they still had that daddy's facial features, and the Edomite woman, she saw that, man, and nothing has changed, because all throughout the early 1900s, after slavery, you know, Edomite men that were well-to-do still had bed wench. The nigger woman, the spigger woman as a bed wench, man. We'll put them up in apartments and things like that, and go sleep with them and make them have abortions, or sometimes they would still take care of them anyway. All right, that was a story on one of the stories on True Blood. That was the situation. The nigger woman bed wench, the Edomite man killed her and her baby because her soul was searching for her child. All right. You know, that was one of the themes of one of those stories. So nothing has changed. All right. But the Edomite woman is truly, truly against her men. All right. And a lot of Edomite males are against that. They're just all against each other in that war with one another. Watched the video earlier with the brothers from Evanston, how these little Edomite kids were calling each other nigger, beating up on each other and pulling pistols on each other, trying to make one of the other Edomites kiss his foot. So the curses are falling on them, and they're the new niggas, man. But let me read this real quick. This is the book of Job. Salakia. I lost the page. The 27th chapter, and it reads, "Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widow shall not weep." So their widows are not weeping, man. You know, she don't look unhappy the way she was talking about, you know, men of color and Muslims and things like that, and what they're doing to Edomite women, how they're raping them. It don't look like it looks like she's enjoying the rape. Look like she's down with it. They're in the underwear with pillows, man, having a pillow fight. Okay, it doesn't look like she's in duress or anything. All right, and I can see why those Edomite males were very, very angry. She's really not my type, but you know, ain't like she would get thrown out of the bedroom either. You know, but nevertheless, that's a devastating blow to them, man, and their women are turning against them and don't care about them, man. There's a war. Verse 17, "He may prepare it, but the just shall put it on, and the innocent shall divide the silver," man. So, you know, Esau losing his woman and everything that he's built up, Jake, who is the just, is going to put it on and divide the spoils. Okay? Point blank and period, man. Like I said, this is the season for them to fall. And they're falling. They're being exposed on every platform imaginable. Let's go to another video here.
It's an idea whose time has really come. With anti-Semitism ever on the rise and hate speech lurking under everyone's tongue, what's an occupied, democratic Judeo-German society to do? Abraham Lehrer of the Central Council of Jews of Germany has the answer. Hate cops. In a recent interview, Lehrer laid out the plan because this thing is really getting out of hand. There must be a jolt through society, says Lehrer, and that Jolt would be cattle prodded by a chief hate cop, a commissioner, heading up a ministry.
Now you notice in the little cartoon, let's see if we can go back. The hate cop was tracking down who? What are they really saying? All right. Okay. The hate cop is tracking down who? Jake. Okay. Jake is a culprit here because the only truth is really coming from Jake. All right. And they're trying to get these hate police. And what's happening is this Esau is just being exposed. He's being shamed and he's being exposed, man. All right. This is Isaiah 47. And it reads, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Take the millstones and grind meal. Uncover thy locks. Make bare the leg. Uncover the thigh. Pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. And I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man." The Lord is coming to shame and mess you up. And the shaming has already started, man. And messing you up too. Because it clearly tells you in Isaiah, all those people, you got over 1,300 people missing in paradise now, that the Lord will completely cook and destroy a place that only Edomites were allowed to live in. It was so segregated, and he burned it to the ground. All right? This is Isaiah 29:6, and it reads, "And thou shalt be visited of Yahweh of hosts with thunder, and with earthquake, and with great noise, and with storm and tempest, and the flame of devouring fire." All right? The flame of devouring fire, man. Okay? Isaiah 30:30. "And Yahweh shall cause his glorious voice to be heard, and shall show the lightning down with his arm, with indignation and anger, and with the flame of a devouring fire will scatter the tempest of hailstorms." And it was like a tornado, a tempest of fire burning up those Edomites, man, in paradise. They died in paradise. Isn't that ironic? All right, bodies still in their cars, man. You know, only thing I feel sorry for is the animals. You know, because there was horses and dogs and things and creatures of the forest that died, man. But as far as those Edomites, I don't feel no sympathy for them. Call Halal Yahweh Bashem Abashai. It was a righteous judgment. All right, and that's the time that we're living in, man. They're being shamed and exposed, and the Lord's going to continue to jack them up between the drugs, the opioids, the low birth rates. They've lost a whole generation. They can't replenish themselves. The biggest generation are the baby boomers, and they're too old to have children. All right, and then that generation is lost. All the children are all born jacked up because they're the new crack babies. They're opioid and meth babies, fentanyl babies. Okay.
Commissioner, heading up a ministry of speech, so to speak, where all referrals, according to Lehrer, of hatred of Jews would be disseminated within all EU government departments. It's an ambitious plan, but can it work? Bernard Henri Lévy, that verbose French Jewish philosopher of all things Semitically correct, remonstrates that there's a new anti-Semitism which, under the cover of love, lurks a monster of hate.
My conviction is that the only way today to be seriously anti-Semite, means to be anti-Semite with the conviction that it is not on.
Funny how
We don't even want to listen to this clown, man. We're going to go back to Brother Nathaniel here, which I claim. This brother going to be one of my court jesters, man. Yahweh Ratazah. But let's see what the Brother Nathaniel has to say. about the whole Semite, this French guy, Frenchie here.
Of Israel.
Funny how the dictionary defines a Semite as someone speaking a Semitic language. But anti-Semitism is defined as hostility toward or prejudice against Jews or Judaism, and only Jews.
And that's made up, that's that newspeak. All right, because he said anyone speaking the Semitic language, and guess what? According to the Bible, which is supposed to govern someone who's a Jew, according to the Bible, according to the Holy Scriptures, there are 8 Semitic races. And the number one that they say is anti-Semitic are also Shemitic. By the way, that's why they were able to add the definition and change it. They changed the spelling of it and just created their own shit. All right, the man's name was Shem, and the people that came out of him was Shemitic, not Semitic. There's no such thing as a Semite. That's a made-up terminology. Okay? Because they wanted to cover up things like this. Let's see if we could pop this up. And there it is, way at the bottom. All right, this is a scene from the movie Kathmandu. And Esau was always telling you, even in their movies, man. All right, he introduces the lady to the Gadite and greets him with Shalom Aleichem. All right, and the Gadites, just like the rest of the southern kingdom, their heritage was beaten and stripped out of them. All right, but let's just hear what they had to say in this movie, man. How they were putting it right in your face all along.
Well, this here's my new front buster. This is my daughter, Catherine. Shalom Aleichem, Jackson 2 Bears.
Mr. Baloo, what's the use of saying Shalom Aleichem to me? I'm a full Sioux Indian. I'm not one of the chosen people.
All right, go ahead, being stubborn if you want to.
No, I ain't stubborn.
Oh, not much you ain't. You know, according to an ex-congressman of these United States I heard give a lecture at the Chautauqua this winter, Indians is the lost tribe of Israel, but he won't admit it.
And so there it is, man. And there's plenty of historical evidence, books, and information that was written on the subject. You know, the so-called Native Americans were keeping Israelite customs, biblical customs that went back thousands of years. And they even said that and then there were even writings that they said that their forefathers came from the east, man. All right. And then it was found, the oldest form of Hebrew was found among them, but you still got people want to deny that. All right. He said he's Cherokee. Look, the Cherokee down in Tennessee had a 15-foot high, 500-foot long wall on one of their reservations. There's covered in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, which Jewish people call Biblical Hebrew. You know, it could be called Phoenician Hebrew, the block, you know, that block form of Hebrew. All right, so Esau's just being exposed, man. He's being exposed. So this is 2nd Ezra 6 and 27. It says, "For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched, and as for faith, it shall flourish. Corruption shall be overcome, and the truth, which have been so long without fruit, shall be declared." Call Halal Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Wakakwadash Wa Abba Babal.